What is going on, dudes, and welcome to the fastest free-for-all ever. Well, not really, but I do exaggerate. It is quite fast, though. In fact, too fast for me to ramble on about my usual random topics like me snowboarding in Utah, so I figured that in this particular instance, I would actually talk about some pro tips that'll make you the best Call of Duty player to ever live, and you'll never die again. But, again, I do exaggerate. These are just some tips that I attempt to abide by when I'm quote-unquote tryharding, which is difficult for me to do because I have quite a short attention span, but nonetheless, they might be helpful to you, or you may already know everything I'm going to say, in which case, I'm sorry. But to start off, because this is pretty short, I recommend that when you start off each match, you start off by crouch walking, because if you're not using Ninja, when you use Marathon or something, which is what I always use, it makes you virtually silent and you can gather your bearings, figure out where people have spawned, listen for gunshots and whatnot, especially if you have a good headset. Next, I recommend that you ADS walk around corners. I don't know how much I did it in this game, but it is useful because not only are you much quieter when you walk while aimed down sights, but when you go around the corner, you'll already be ready to aim at the person should they be there, and they won't have heard you because you'll be quiet and all that wonderful stuff. Another thing I recommend is that you always keep your back covered by sticking to the perimeter of the maps, and this is actually one of my biggest downfalls, although I'm doing it quite well in the beginning of this game. But oftentimes I'll see multiple people on the radar and I'll try to go out into the middle of the open and get both of them, and usually it results in my dying, as happens a couple times here. And anyway, it's no good, so try to abide by that. I know it can get really exciting when you see a bunch of people and you're like, I want to kill them all. But usually it doesn't work, as right there. So try to keep that in mind. And finally, kill streaks in free-for-all, UAV, Blackbird, and dogs is probably the best combination depending upon how able you are to acquire that high of a kill streak. And I'm using Hardline in here, so it's much easier to get dogs. Well, somewhat. 10 versus 11 kills. Not a huge percentage, but still it's helpful, especially with UAVs. You can basically get them on every life, and with UAVs and Blackbirds being the most useful kill streaks because others don't technically stack unless you shoot a car with a chopper gunner and blow someone up, that's probably the best method to go about doing well. Anyway, this was very short, so I hope you've enjoyed in the time we've had allotted. If you have, it would be very helpful if you could take half a second to leave a thumbs up rating. I love you all. And thanks for watching. It's been a pleasure, and I will talk to you next time.